Hey everybody, so today I'm just going to be telling the story of how my ear ripped and pretty much what I did about it. So I'm going to make this short and simple, short and sweet. So from the beginning, I was always really rough with my ears. I would just jump sizes and I didn't really care if they blew out. If they did blow out, I would just leave them in and let them heal like that. And I was always really bad with my ears, which I know is really highly unrecommended and you shouldn't do unless you're gonna have issues like this. But yeah, I was young, I didn't care, and I just would jump up sizes like crazy. And I would always blow out my ears. This ear was always my problem ear. The ear that ripped was always my problem ear. I feel like when you have a piercing or gauges, one side always has more issues, and this was the side that had issues. It always say I gauge my ears. This side wouldn't be so bad, and this side would always hurt more and get more irritated. But I feel like everyone has that problem ear. And yeah, so my ears were at a certain size, probably like 30 millimeters for a long time. And then about a year ago, I decided, maybe a year and a half ago, I started moving up just randomly because I just felt like it. I was just bored with the size and I decided to move up. So I had these, I think I got to 40, what am I at, like 38 millimeters, something like that. And what happened? I had these silicone tunnels in, and I had them in for like 5-6 months. So the crazy part is nothing really happened to my ear. I always thought if your ear ripped, you would get in a fight and got pulled on or something like that, but nothing crazy happened. Randomly, my ear like got blown out. And this is the other thing about this ear is it would randomly get blown out on its own. I wouldn't do anything and it would just randomly blow out. But I think what was happening is when I put my gauge in, let me show you. So whenever I put my gauge in on this side, when I would put it in, it would like naturally would twist, or I probably blew it out and put it in and it twists and healed like that, but it would twist, and then I put my gauge in and then it would be like twisted, and then from the twist, sorry if this is gross, but from the twist it would get thin right here. And even if I tried to straighten it out and put my gauge in, it always had like this permanent twist. Put this back in. So and I noticed that it was like twisting and getting kind of weird right there, but it never to where it was like too thin and concerning. Anyway, so I had these white tunnels in. I think they were white, I don't know. I had these silicone tunnels in, and it like blew out all of a sudden, and I noticed that something was wrong with it. And after, I kind of just ignored it and would usually just let it heal, and it would calm down after a while. But this time it got really thin, and a couple days later it was really thin, and I was like, oh shit, like my ear's gonna rip. Like I don't know what happened, but my ear's gonna rip. Like I don't And so I pretty much just so I'll insert the picture right here. And that is when my ear was getting to the point where I just knew it was gonna rip and that something was wrong. And everyone was telling me like take it out, but I didn't want it to be super thin right there and then let it heal like that. It had the thinnest piece of skin, and in that picture you could see it's just like a scab, but that there's like a tiny bit of skin that's actually alive. Ew, I don't know if that's but there's only like the smallest piece of skin connecting it. It was really gross. And anyways, I didn't want to take it out and let it heal super thin, because then what? Like what do I do with it? I wanted it to rip so I could get it reattached. So I left it in, and man, that shit hurt so bad. It was like barely hanging on, and I was just like waiting for it to rip, and I would like hit it sometimes and I'd be like, oh, that hurts so bad. And I think at one point I even took it out and then had to put it back in with that thin piece of skin. Oh my god, that shit hurt so bad. but I was like really set on just letting it rip. That way I could either get it reconnected or, you know, but I wanted to get it reconnected, and that's why I was doing that. So finally, after that picture that I just showed you, a couple days later I was sleeping and I just felt like this like weird feeling in my ear when I was sleeping, and I woke up and I looked in the mirror and my ear was just hanging, and here's a picture of that. So yeah, it finally ripped and it looked really gross and was all swollen, and when I looked in the mirror I was just like, oh shit, like what did I do? I wasn't like, I didn't cry, I wasn't like freaking out. I was just like, it is what it is, like it's skin, and I'll get it reattached. So I wasn't really like tripping on it, even though it was pretty gross. So yeah, I was like, I'll get it reattached, I'm just gonna give it a couple days. And like right away, the next day or two, I called and made an appointment to get it reattached. But I had lost my ID and I couldn't make the appointment without having my ID. So I was kind of frustrated and I'm like, whatever, I'll just wait, I'll have to get a new ID. And in that time, I was like, I gotta do something with my ear because it looks so gross just hanging like that. That's disturbing. Nobody wants to see that, is how I felt about it. And I'm a pretty creative person, so when I was younger, I had dreads. I have dreads now, but when I was younger, I had dreads, and they have this, like the dread wraps, and I used to always get yarn and like wrap my dreads. It was really cute. So when my ear ripped, I was trying to like think of all these different ideas of how I could make it look normal or do something to where like it doesn't look so gross. And I ended up wrapping it, and then I put some like a earring, I think it was like a gauge weight that I hooked on it, and I'll show you a picture of that right here. And yeah, I thought it looked cute like that, and I'd actually get a lot of compliments. Like I would go to the store and an old lady would be like, oh, I like your earring, and I'm like, thanks, but they're like, how is it attached? And I'm like, that's my earlobe. And yeah, I actually got a lot of compliments on it. Big ass bee. So it grew on me, and I kind of liked it hanging like that, but I still kind of wanted to get it reattached. But so let me show you now. There was this piece of skin that hang down, and it used to connect, but for whatever reason my face like absorbed that little piece of skin, and now there's just like one hanging thing. And so I got to the point where I liked my ear with the wrap, and yeah, I just I decided not to get it reattached. Probably in the future I'll get it reattached, and I'll probably get both my ears fixed at the same time if I do. But I make gauges, and like I made these, they're butterfly, but I didn't want to get both of my ears closed, and I didn't want to have just one thing hanging from my face. And I don't know, I liked it. It's my body. I know a lot of people don't like it probably, so it's kind of gross. It's just hanging. People are like, get that shit cut off. But I like it, and I think it looks cute. So yeah. Well, I hope you like my story. If you have a ripped ear, maybe you could try wrapping it. Right now this is coming apart, but I wrap it and then I put something cute on it. So if you have an ear that you're insecure and don't know what to do, try wrapping it, but make sure you don't cut it off the circulation too much. And yeah, if you liked my video, I guess give it a like, or if you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll answer any questions. If you're having any issues, let me know. Maybe I could give you some advice. I don't know. I don't know if you'd want my advice, but and yeah. I had another story where I got lip injections, and I had allergic reaction, and my lips swelled like 5 times, and I have some pictures of it. So that was a crazy story. So if you want to hear that, let me know. And I was also I have started my dread process, and I did partial dreads underneath. They're still in they're still locking. But if you want any like videos about that, let me know. And yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully I didn't gross you out too much. Bye.